If you can't tell from the sound of my voice, I'm sick today. And I'm not just holding a roll of toilet paper just to prove that point. I mean, I am, because I'm sick. So, today's video, one, is gonna be real short. And if you want lore as to why I'm sick, I'll tell you all about it during the, vlog on Sunday. We're all business today, I'm sick. Today's video is gonna be real short. So, if you were expecting a lengthy video, Max said, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I'm hoping it's short because I'm dying. And my inability to use my nose, it's really putting it a damper. It's dampering. It's oh my god. It's increasing the abyss. The gap between my ability to think words good and project them through my voice is tightening, expanding. That's what gaps do. The gap has to be, oh my god. So, words are going to be happening today. Hopefully you'll find that amusing. Hopefully I'll be able to give you some writing advice. Hey there, my name is Max, also known as MKaren. I do writing advice videos on this channel, usually about twice a week. We'll be having 2 videos this week. And as always, you know, if you wanna watch this stuff earlier, check out my Patreon. But for now, before I jump on anywhere, I'm gonna give you the formal disclaimer. As always, the following is merely just my advice, my opinion, and what works for me. Don't take it as gospel. Instead, take it as the ramblings of a silly person who I don't want to say I'm dying right now. I'm just really sick. But sickness, it's that rain or snow or sickness, videos will continue. Today's gonna be a special day. You get to experience sick Max, trying to make serious videos. So let's take it from the top. I've got 2 questions sent by viewers just like you. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below. I will give you a quick reply, and it may also get featured in a video just like this one. The first question comes from a Patron. Patreon Rebecca asks, I am having a little problem with a story that feels like it should be in first person, present tense, but then certain things would be lost and the majority would be told backwards. Can you talk about first, second, third person, and how to know when to use them? Love your videos. 2016 was rough, but it's fine. We're gonna make it through together, and our writing will help. Writing actually does totally make things way better. Now, tenses. I should have made a cut so I could blow my nose, but now you just get to have the cut now. Yep, this is gonna be a special video. This is gonna be a special one. Make sure to get your MP4 to GIF converters for all the funny Max reaction GIFs. Now, POVs and tenses. What do I like to do? What's my favorite tense? I actually really like past tense. I've done some things with present tense, and I don't want to say that I feel it's limiting, because I don't think it is. But I am so used to past tense, and I am so comfortable in past tense, that I just kind of default to it. That's not to say it is the best because it's the default. It's just the one that I enjoy working with the most. It gives me a lot of tools for twisting things around, and setting up the reader's expectations, and playing with them. So I'm not going to dwell much on that. What's my preferred tense? What's my preferred tense? Past. I really like past, though present can work for certain stories. I think present works the best for stories that are about one person, because present tense with multiple characters seems like it would be kind of confusing. Talking about multiple characters, what do I think about POVs? First, second, and third. Let's knock the easy one out of the way. Second person. I think second person works the best for kind of like choose your own adventure, choose your own story. What are those called? My brain is blanking out right now. Those stories in which the reader themselves is the character, or is working as the vessel for the character. Like choose your own adventure games. That's what it is, isn't it? I'm saying it, but I'm saying it in the way you would say a foreign word. It's probably just my brain being silly. Now, I think that one works the best for that. I don't think it would work for a full-on novel. Mostly because, and if I must get meta, for me, the most exciting part of the characters, and when you yourself is when you happen to be the main character in the story, for choose your own adventure games, yeah, that is the word. Why did it sound weird when I said it the first time? For those kind of, like, the enjoyment is to watch the unfolding choices and the experience before you, not so much the character themselves. So I don't think it would work for a big novel. But hey, I don't know. Do you know of a novel that pulls it off? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. I would be interested in expanding my horizons of understanding. But now, second out of the way. First, third, what do I think about them? I think, in my own personal experience, I prefer using first person for personal stories, the stories about one person and their struggle, because I want to get inside of their head. I want to be able to show you what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and be able to portray all of that. I think that for a personal story is incredibly meaningful, and first person only makes it easier. For stories with multiple points of view, with multiple people, like a story with a grander scope, like The Fate of the World or something like that, I think third person works a lot better, because it gives you the chance to jump between heads without it feeling weird. Additional to that, if you have a story that has a plot twist, or a story that benefits from the reader not knowing what people are thinking, or not being inside someone's head, third person also works, because since you're outside of other people, or you're looking at them as though pieces on a chessboard, what point was I making? I was saying something, and then I got lost in the whole making words sound pretty, that I was like, I was saying something. When there are many points of view, and a lot of characters, as though you're looking at pieces on a chessboard, it allows you to see how they all work in tandem, or how the story develops. This is a special video. More points of view, third person. Less points of view, or just one focused, first person. And now, really quickly, what is the best point of view? What is the best tense for your story? Because I just told you kind of like what I like to do, what I prefer to do. I am stronger than the sneeze. I am stronger. Update, I am not stronger than the sneeze. What I want you to take from this, aside from me being really silly when I'm sick, as opposed to when I'm not sick, I am silly all the time, but I'm extra silly when there's a debuff on me. I have a status effect. Look at my status screen. What does it say? Max is sick. Yo, Max, you were so sick when you did that kick flip off that handrail, and then you did an ollie out of this conversation. Don't think for a second that I'm cool enough to get on a skateboard and not fall on my butt, because I've done that. The one time I got on a skateboard, I fell on my butt. Oh, that was such a fun time. Oh, that skateboard and I never got along. It's fine. In regards to what is the best POV, point of view, what is the best tense for your story, what I like to go with, the advice that I offer to my friends and to you, go with your gut feeling. Even if you think that there will be problems or issues along the way, spoilers, there are always issues along the way, because writing is the act of discovery, and you are not gonna get everything right the first time. That's why we revise stories. And that is why the first draft is called the rough draft. Things are gonna be rough around here. Now, you gotta go with your gut feeling. And someone out there may be telling you, maybe saying or thinking, but what if I am halfway through the story and realize that I should have probably done third person past tense? Well, you can always change those things. I have known rather early friends who have changed the tenses and POVs of the story several times, and it's fine. It's something you think it will be a big change when you consider the entire revision process. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, it's gonna be involved, but at the end of the day, when you finish that story, when you push through, you stop second guessing yourself, and you get that story done, whatever work it takes to polish it, to make it shine, to make it stand on its own, it's absolutely worth it. Even if it does involve going through the entire thing and changing it from third person to first person, I think that's completely fine. You gotta do what you gotta do, but you can't do what you gotta do if you don't first finish that story. I say go with your gut feeling and finish that story. Okay. Now, As for the second question, which is also really close to the idea of editing, a dear writerly friend from the comment section asked, Max, when it comes to revision, how do you know what to cut? Well, before we do anything and talk about anything, I want to tell you one thing real quick. If you are in the middle of the first draft right now, if you're like writing and you're thinking to yourselves, ooh, am I gonna have to cut this? Is it even worth writing if I'm gonna have to cut it later? First off, stop. You're not allowed to have those thoughts. You're not allowed to even think that while you're working in the first draft. Not happening. Not allowed. Not allowed. Those thoughts are poison, and they're gonna stop you, prevent you from finishing that story. Don't do that. Don't even think about it, because you don't know. You don't have the scope. You could be sitting there thinking, this whole character scene is gonna get cut later, and then when you come to the revision process, you will look at it and go, oh dang, that's actually like the moment in which this character finally comes into the spotlight. Why would I ever think of not writing this? Again, you don't know the potential until you have made it all the way to the revision phase. Talking about that, how do I know what to cut and what not to cut? First off, waiting a long time before you start revising really helps. The distance, the space. It helps you stop thinking about that thing we all think about, which is, man, I spent so much time working on this writing. I sure don't want to cut it because I spent so much time and I worked so hard. Oh my god, phone, let me finish my point. What was I saying? What was I doing? This niece is coming back. My focus, my laser focus accuracy, yes. These are all... I'm just playing that word game. We're just say a word that makes you think of the word. No, you say a word and then you reply with a word that's the first word you think. Oof, this is rough. Oof, this is rough. It's fine. I can make it through another video like this. It's fine. It's fine. That's why I'm making it short. It's only gonna be 20 minutes of rambling as opposed to 21 minutes and 59 seconds of rambling. How do you know what to cut and what to get out of your story? You need distance and you need space. You need to be like disconnected. That's why it helps to go write something else, make a small project, work on something else, do something that is not the thing you're working on right now. Go do something else, and then when you come back to revise, hopefully enough time has passed that you can look at it, and I mean this, treat that writing as though it is someone else's writing, because it is. That's the writing of you from 2 months ago, a month ago, 4 weeks ago. It's a completely different person now. And now you get to revise that work mercilessly. And again, I mean it. Looking at your work as though it was written by someone else really helps, because and if you have done writing feedback, the feeling will come naturally to you, because you will look at it and go, well, if I was giving feedback to someone, and in this case you are giving feedback to your past self, would I let this slide? Would I not call out this problem? Would I not tell them to fix the flow of this sentence? And the answer, of course, should be no. You wouldn't let that slide. You wouldn't let it slide if you picked a book off the shelf and you were reading it. Again, you want to be merciless with your revision. That's why I feel that it's not a matter of like, well, cut out the things that do this or the things that don't have this. It's a matter of feeling, because there are no rules to these things. And every story is different, and I don't know what the best and worst parts of your first draft are. But you do, though, and you can find out and you can figure it out. Distance is what helps the most to me. And being able to get into the mindset of, I am here to make this better. Because there's that lazy bug. That lazy bug when you realize that there's a big undertaking you're gonna have to do. There's a big thing that has to be fixed, and it's gonna be a lot of work, and you can feel it. There's the lazy bug just telling you, just overlook it, it's fine, no one's gonna notice. Squash that bug as hard as you can, because that's the mediocrity bug. And you didn't finish a novel, you didn't work so hard to come to the revision stage and let it be anything less than good. I take it back, I think I am actually dying, it's fine. Aren't we all dying though, when we think about it? You know, isn't life just a great journey between now and then, past and present, and future? Oh god, I'm so tired. Was there anything else? I have one more note on my notes for that answer, and it is be super mean to your writing. And be cruel. be actually cruel and harsh and make it the best it can possibly be. I really like the mentality of showing up to the revision stage and treating it like someone gave you their book and they're like, hey, edit it, make it the best it can possibly be. And when I get into the mindset, it really helps, because I just get super mercilessly about it, and I cut things and I add things, and I treat it as though someone else handed me their work and told me to make it the best it could be. And I know that makes no sense in the concept of reality. It's like, why would someone give you their first draft? Like, that doesn't work like that. I know. But the mentality of it, though. Treating it as though it is this clay that someone went out of their way to gather and kind of give a shape to. You get to make it the real thing. You get to make it good. Anyhow, I'm dying. I am sick. Hey there, everybody. My name is Max, also known as MKaren. I was gonna do the outro for Dango Duo there for a second. Hey there, my name is Max. This is Dango Duo. This is not Dango Duo. Dango Duo is the name of my other channel with my best friend Kitty, where we play games and we're very silly people. If you have a question for a future video, leave it in the comments down below. If you enjoy my content and want to make sure that I can continue making it for the foreseeable future, why don't you check out my Patreon? You can watch videos a week in advance over there, and you also get to support me directly. If you, for reasons of your own, no judging, happen to have ad block on, or any other sort of software like that, or I guess add-ons like that, and you're like, yo Max, I love your work, I just hate ads. $1 a month is more money than YouTube would ever give me from you, and you get to watch my videos a week in advance. You can literally go to patreon.com/mkaren right now and watch next week's videos, just like that, and get a bunch of cool perks. There's gonna be a huge Patreon rework coming up. We're talking like new tiers, new everything. I just want to get the book I'm working on right now finished, or at least the first draft finished, so I can not lose any more steam. That's the plan. So patreon.com/mkaren. Though, of course, if a monthly thing is not for you, and that's totally fair, and you just want to give me a little bit of something, you can check out the link in the description down below for a one-time donation. Buy me a cup of coffee. And heaven knows, I totally need it right now. I am like 60% through this first draft, as of the recording of this video, in the past. And let me tell you something, I'm gonna need a whole lot of coffee to make it through the last part of that story. Hey there, guys. We're in the formal outro. I'm pretty sure I forgot about something, but that's okay. Up here, writing advice videos. Over here, a button to subscribe. Over there, a link to my Patreon. Yes, I have the old icon because the new icon is trash. Patreon. Who thought that was a cool icon? Why? I don't understand. It's cool though. Over here, the link to Dango Duo, my channel with my best friend Kitty. We play games, we watch anime, and most of the time, I am not dying. Most of the time. Hey there, everybody. Thank you for tagging along. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I hopefully will survive and fight this sneeze. But until then, see you around. Is it gone?